Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Formula 1 track ranking. Now, I haven't really thought of the name yet, so basically what it is I go through every track in the game, and I mean every one in the game, and give it a ranking from A to F, I guess. But the thing is I can only use the Formula A SMS car. Now, I feel like it makes sense to start from first to last, but I also just want to explain to you what this means. Like, obviously that means I'll be going on like all these tracks with an F1 car, but it also means I'll be going on tracks like this in an F1 car. Now, I don't know if you can read, that's loud, wow. Sorry if you can't hear me, but that's a thing of, I guess, too bad. Oh, yeah, don't even park. This is a rallycross course. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do this in an F1 car. By the way, it's just gonna be the main layout. It's not gonna be like all these. It's just gonna be the main one. And also, like this, I'll be doing kart tracks as well. I legitimately have to do all of them. And by the way, just so you know, it's just going to be clear weather. It's just going to be whatever that's set to. So I think it's like clear summer or something. Now, as well, in terms of the setup, it's just going to be the standard like stable one they get given with this car. So I can't wait. Also, I can't wait. I very much want to wait and not do this, because this is going to be painful. Because a lot of the tracks I actually do not know, like this one. Well, let's do it. There's not much going. Alright. By the way, as well, this isn't going to be a thing as well, like, of how quickly I'll learn it. This is just going to be me giving ranks based on, like, features and fits of how, like, if I like it or not. Well, work at that, Formula car. You know what? I actually can't even say it's that bad. Like, it might be like a bit to get used to. Ooh. My fronts are still very cold. So yeah, again, I'm not here to do fast laps or any of the sorts. I'm just here to literally drive the track and tell you if I like it or not. And you know what? What one is it? Give me the power. Whoa. You like? Okay, I think pretty good track. Yeah, like, I don't remember much of the track because this is my second lap ever of doing this track. But, no, it's not that bad. Whoa, lock up. God, these things are locking up. Yep. I don't know. Give me forward juice. So, I reckon, you know what? I reckon we're starting off this series quite nicely. Because though I haven't done very good laps, okay, that's a cool feature. I'm sorry that I'm gonna give you the ranking in just a minute, but something cool that I've just noticed is, so if you look at the RPM, when I pop in my clutch, you see it raise. This is an actual thing that happens in cars. With your clutch in, you get a higher RPM at idle, and the reason is because there's less there's less resistance from the input shaft of the gearbox and the clutch. So when you put in the clutch, since all that's been disengaged, you get a higher idle RPM. Cool little feature that they've added in. Anyway, besides that, I think we've actually started off this series quite nice. I'm going to give it an A. By the way, if you're wondering if there's an S, I reckon I will, if the track is good enough, I will give it an S. Otherwise, it'll mainly just be A to F. Like, if I think, like, the track is, like, you know, good, then, yeah. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Anyway, is your circuit more formally known as the Monaco Grand Prix? Actually, or would that be the other way around? I don't know, but it's the Monaco track. You know, the Senna one. I'll say the Senna one as if, like, it's his home track. It's not, but the Senna one, the one that he was, like, ungodly good at for some reason. A 1 minute 9. How the f do you get a 1 minute 9 on this track? What car are you using to get a 1 minute 9 here? Alright, looks like we got warm tyres for this one. Now, I've driven at this track already, so I probably won't spend too much time yabbering on about it, but oh, never mind, we still have cold tyres. Yeah, I love this track. As can be seen by my grand performance of NASCAR action. Let's get the tyres warmed up. Small drift around there. How about we, actually, by the way, sorry if you can hear the G29. I understand it's loud. Oh, hang on. That's making me get an organism in my pants. Just, ignore that little curb there. My tyres are cold and that is my excuse. As you can tell, I am not taking this lap very seriously. Alright, now that they're warming up, I keep forgetting that corner. Yeah, and I fucked it. Look, I'm gonna give reasons as to why I'm gonna rank this lower than if it was the version of the track from like 30 years ago. So it's actually changed a little bit already at the first corner. Now, if I do not be mistaken, the first corner, the track limits actually used to be all the way into here. Like, you used to be able to go here, but now, as you can see, they've added the curb, which is a stupid thing. I don't know why they did that. Why would you make it a sharper corner? Corner 1 is like already Monza-esque, and now you're making it harder. So that's one thing that I don't like about Monza. I also don't like this. Right here. This. I don't know if you can tell, but there is a big bump right there. A lot of cars have gone over that. Hit this wall right here. It's a terrible, terrible thing. I mean, right here's fine. I mean, this is also fine. Here's where that one guy had that really good save. I mean, arguably one of the best bits of Monaco. Shut up, I know my line's ass. Correct the curb starts. Look, one thing I will say is I don't actually understand why this chicane exists. Just have it run through here. Oh really? I wouldn't guess why. Like, I understand like this chicane and then this one. Although I will say, though this is fine the way it is, let me get in the first. I reckon it should go through here. I feel like Monaco should just be a faster track. Obviously, with it being narrow, like, you know, it's hard to get passes. I shouldn't have activated DRS that early, but yeah, I don't know, there's obviously flaws with Monaco. In theory, it shouldn't even be a track. The only reason why it is because of its historicness, antiqueness, all the restness to the sport of F1. Other than that, it's a stupid track. I'm giving it like a C. And now you're probably saying that's a bit harsh. It is. But you gotta see where I'm coming from, right? There's a lot of the track that just shouldn't be there. Like, especially the chicane after the tunnel. Why is it there? It does not need to be there. Anyway, this is your coast. If you don't know, this is literally just the coast of Monaco. I'm not going to do the whole 20-kilometer length. Why? Because why would I? So I'm only going to do probably sector 1. Should I? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where the road takes us. If I'm feeling happy, if I'm feeling it, I might just do the whole length. It's very dark in the photo, but I might actually, now thinking about it, probably take a while. So I probably won't, because I want to get a few tracks done in each episode. Originally I was thinking I'd just do one per episode and go into really far depth, but I'm thinking you'll have short attention spans, I know you do. So what we're going to do is we're going to just get some tires spinning there and just, I don't know, so I'll go through it. I mean, this is more just, I wouldn't even say this would be good for a racetrack, because it's not, you know, it's not even a racetrack. it's just a road. So, look, I mean, it's fine. I like the way it looks. I've driven the whole of this track in... See, that's actually a shortcut Mark Webber taught me, you know. Anyway. Again, I've driven this in a Mercedes shitbox from the 60s, which I was driving at probably 50 the whole time. It was merely in capturing the scene. But yeah, like, I like this section, just the high speeder, get the DRS going. Oh my god, I'm not dead. Yeah, but I don't know, it's quite fun. Like, it's a fun little, like, section of the road to travel on. Like, it's, you know, then you get the nice scenery like this. Yeah, let me, I don't think I got the left and the right hooked up. Yeah, like, you can see, like, the yachts and stuff. Hang on. Like, you can see the coaster there. See the yacht, the cruise liner. There's a lot of, like, small little features that are quite nice. I like the houses. I like the really small attention to detail. There's also a couple tunnel runs in here. But I'm also giving this ratings in terms of an F1 car, right? Like, you know, it's more of a thing on how it, not just a track, but how it is to drive with an F1 car. So, you know, I've got to put driving this V8 weapon into consideration. Although, if you don't know, this is a V8 era F1 car. Actually, he might be one of the... Yeah, the tunnel runs, the first tunnel run's coming up, I believe. Here we go. Ow. It's alright. Use for nothing. Yeah, but just like this whole thing in general, it's quite nice. In terms of driving an F1 car, it's a bit painful because, I mean, it is a road. Like, it isn't going to be the smoothest ride. Like, especially like here, where you can, like, you know, it goes up quite a bit. It's a bit rough on the car, but, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I'll stop it there. But for this, I'll say like a C as well. Because there are some good bits, and there are the really painful bits that are just like really rough, you know, very like, you know, hilly. Like, it could be quite hard on some sections, but overall it's actually not that bad. If you want to put the aesthetics in a consideration, hey, call it a BT. But otherwise, I'm keeping it at C. Anyway, so this is the Bannockbury Road Circuit. Bannockbury? I think I'm saying that right. So, as we can see, by the track, on the yellow sector, sector 2, there's the cross section, there's a bridge there, so I wonder how that's gonna go. because I don't know why bridges can be either really really good or really really bad. Some are quite good, some are quite bad. It just depends really on obviously time to put it all together and stuff like that. So it looks like we haven't gotten our tyres warmed up for us, or maybe we have. Can't activate DRS in the... no, I cannot. That would have been really funny though, just holding DRS in the pit lane. We're going to stop for the stop sign? Nope. Whoa. So this bridge actually seems to have decent road quality. Right, bit of a rough up there, but right, these where it can be a bit hilly and a bit dangerous, so we're going to take it a little bit cautiously. Alright, actually I like that chicane. You know, if you take a right, you just fly through it. Here's another sort of kind of chicane. Got a little kind of chicane there. Very nice, that bridge. Very nice, oh, there's another bridge. Whoa. Loving it. This is a pretty nice track. I love the scenery of it as well. Like, a lot of it's very high speed, you know, there's a bit of heavy braking. You know what? The road's also smooth for a, you know, road course. So good on Scotland for that, especially the weather that we're getting up there. Gotta brake a little bit on the bridge there to not risk it. But yeah, I reckon this track is like, you know, bit of a bump there, which is a bit scary, but I reckon other than that, it's a very nice track. You know what I mean? This is a very nice chicane. Let's see how fast I can take it. Basically flat out, like, I don't know, man, like, this is actually, I would, like, because a lot of it's also, exits and stuff as well. You like perfect your exits. So, like, you know, bit of rough up there, but it's alright. Oop. Ah, that's alright. You know what? Hey, it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful track. Very good scenery. Very good scenery. It's just a nice track in general. You know, everything's like laid out really well. You know, even the road was just really, really like smooth, you know, especially in Scotland, especially for Scotland, you know, it's really, really good. So that's why I feel like this is very viable. If I'm using that right. Anyway, very good A. Anyway, Catalonia. Or Catalonia. Spanish one. Now I was thinking about doing this as well. No, wait, no, that's not the rally one. I was gonna say if it's the rally one, you know, I might do it. But I feel like a twoies or two. Anyway, nah, I was gonna say because I feel like I might do it because it's rather different in comparison to like obviously this Barcelona. So I don't know if you could just hear all the staticky noise that I just did. But yeah, I'm getting out of my seat to turn on the lights because I don't want to strain my eyes. Not very good for the you know, eyes. Oh, my bit came off. Hang on. What side's my mic? It'd be this side. Hang on. Fixed. Now I've driven this track as well. I feel like I should note. It's not a bad track. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's alright. But I feel like it's definitely better suited for MotoGP. I don't really even know how to take a lot of this track, especially that long corner there. I'm slipping and sliding all over the shop. It was just the rally course here. I don't need that anyway. Why next lap? Oh, whatever. It's not like I'm going for lap times as I mentioned earlier. Oh, this thing doesn't have a handbrake. I just ripped the handbrake. Well, actually, was it the A and I was going for R2. It's being a bit jumpy on me. Yeah, I mean, look, I do like this track. You know, I just don't think it's very fit for this car. Just, I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's definitely fine, but like, I don't know, I feel like the way that the corners are like, the way they're angled a lot of the corners, like if this track was a lot more flat, it'd definitely be a lot higher, it'd definitely be an A. But I think I'm gonna say to B, purely for the fact of it's just really like hilly, especially where the corners are, which means that like you see a corner and you think, oh, I could take this flat out, like literally corner 3. Here, like, I mean, this chicane's fine, and it's just this corner because there's a slight bank outwards as soon as you start taking this corner, and then it gets a little bit tighter as well, so it just throws you way out here. It's just it's a bit dodgy. So I'm gonna say a high B, because I actually don't mind Barcelona. Like, I don't mind the track, but it is just definitely something to, you know, look over. Now. But like, just so you know, I'm probably going to do 2 letters per episode. So like, I did A, now I'm on a B. Next episode will be C and D, and then, yeah. Anyway, so if you know me, this is my track. And when I say this is my track, I mean as in, I love it. Now, in terms of Formula 1 car, see how it goes. Now, I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as I can, because I mean, a lot of this is my personal opinion. But this is me saying as well, I feel like how I'm gonna rate this one, because I like the track so much, I'm gonna rate this on how it would be if they hosted an F1 race here. And you know what, I think I can already answer that question, because I kind of know how it would be. And I reckon it'd be really, really entertaining. Especially in the S's would get some, like, sometimes we might have a bit of a moment there, which would be good for entertainment purposes. Alright, sent me straight over the pit line, but whatever. Yeah, I love this track. This will be the only track I get a fast lap on, or I try to, in hopes that my tyres warm up. Now, again, I'm rating this for F1, so I feel like a lot of people would say like a C, because it, like I said for Catalona, or Barcelona, sorry. Like, it's just very hilly. Like, you know, you get misperceived on some of the corners. You know. Oh, slight tap, that's alright. Yeah. Trying to like lock up my tyres just a tad, just to get them hit it up. This is the way what's his name does tyre warm up. Kimi Raikkonen. Which, I mean, it works. I mean, it is working, like you can see there. And this is how like literally everyone else does it. Or Fernando Alonso celebrates, but you know. Yeah, I feel like, especially out here, if you get a good enough run, it's a very good overtake section. It's not letting me deploy because yeah, 140 or 148. It's not bad. Yeah, I reckon an F1 race could be really funny. You know. Yeah, I don't know. Personally, Bathurst is an A. I love Bathurst. And I know I've been yabbering on about scenery, even though it shouldn't really be a thing that I yabber on about. But I do like the scenery at Bathurst. It's something that I feel like a lot of people like, me included. Anyway, Brands Hatch GP. For very valid reasoning, we doing GP races here. Mainly for the reason that it's a bit hard to do a GP here, for the fact that, well, the cars are just, I don't know if it's the cars just aren't built for here anymore, or it's just hard because the cars are so large now. Sort of with Bathurst, you know, like going down the S's is the main reason why F1's not at Bathurst. Like, the cars are so big that they wouldn't be able to go down. You know, they'd have to like basically form a single file line going down in it, unless you want to be risky and go side by side with someone, which you shouldn't. But yeah. Oh, I know, probably some of you have caught on to the fact that I said that Bathurst was an A, even though at the start I mentioned that if I really think that the track is good, it'd be an S. But I just, like, I mean, Bathurst, I love Bathurst. Bathurst. I love Bathurst, but, like, you know, I've got to be, like, realistic, you know. Whoa. I knew that corner was coming up, so I slowed down. But I didn't slow down enough. I mean, I mean, it's a very simple track. Like, you know, I don't really know how else to say it. Like, you know, it's a very small, very likable track. I don't know, I reckon for F1, it was, again, like, I don't know if you can see it, but my car is bouncing around, like, almost at a constant, you know, like there. Like, it's definitely not a bad track. Like, I get, it's not a bad track. I just feel like it's way too bumpy. and especially this corner is like mayhem. Like, just everyone would be going off right there. But you know what? It's a nice track. Like, it's a pretty good track. So I'm saying like a very low A to a very high B. Like, it's just a good track overall. So I believe that does it for the first episode. Oh no, never mind. Sorry, we got Bruno. What is Bro yabbering on about? Anyway, so we got the track from the Czech, Bruno GP. Now I believe this was one of the very few tracks that happened in Africa. I believe. Maybe. So, you know, it's gonna be quite the callback for some older F1 viewers. Anyway. I mean, like, so far so good. Like, it's very smooth. Whoa. Yeah, it's very smooth. You know? Kind of reminds me of the, what's it called? The German Grand Prix, the Nürburgring. Like, I mean, just for the amount of chicanes there are, and the way the elevation sort of comes around, it kind of does remind me a bit of it. Actually, turn on DRS. You know, I reckon I got everything I need from that one lap. It's a really good track. I would say, I reckon it's a solid A. I mean, it's what a GP track should be. I mean, it's got elevation change, sure. I mean, it's kind of hard to make a track that is solid flat. But then there's also, like, you know, the British Grand Prix, the what's it called, Brands Hatch. That's just too much, you know. And that's like also doing it through a corner, like you're getting the down and uphill through a corner. Whilst this, there's up and downhill, but it smoothens out where the corners are. So it's a really nice track. I reckon we started well on this episode and ended well on this episode with two very solid A's. So, I mean, I don't know when episode 2 will come out for C and D, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Well, it's going to be a good episode. Look at this. We got Daytona, and we got our first dirt track, and our first kart track next episode. So, be excited. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. See you next episode.